like children's TV, where it is imperative that our children's television promote homosexual activities, lifestyles, transgenderism, and gender fluidity. It is very, very important.
Also, yes, I know he's being sarcastic, but yes, kids should be taught about gay people and trans people. I don't want the next generation of humans to be anything like you, Ben Shapiro. So it's Pride Month. Every single year, like clockwork, there is a Pride Month. And then after Pride Month begins, there is the conservative cope. At this point, it's actually like a wonderful tradition associated with Pride Month. It's like, hey, it's June. Sweet. The sun is shining outside. The gays are out and proud. And the conservatives are seething and coping, burning with rage, hotter than ever. A great time to be alive, honestly. Every single year, there are some people that say like, hey, happy Pride Month, and then the conservatives freak the fuck out. Then they forget about it. Then the next year, the exact same thing happens over and over and over again. And now here we are again, the month of June 2024, and in a predictable fashion, the conservatives are back to cry and to whine. Particularly our good friend Ben Shapiro. Your favorite month is off to an amazing start. That's what this video is called. And I know he's titling his video sarcastically, but honestly, he's right. Pride Month is my favorite month because it triggers the conservatives, and it's already off to a great start. We're 4 fucking days in, and already we have Ben Shapiro up here whining and crying. He's like a lol cow freshly brewing some more cringe for us. All right, Ben Shapiro, please let me know all about my favorite month. Please be extra triggered and extra copy so that I can have a lot of content off of you. Thank you.
So over the weekend, there was a pride parade, a parade in which people engaged in pride with regard to what has traditionally been considered sexual sin. And they were confronted.
Every single time, every single year, it's the exact same arguments. Look, if they make these same arguments, then I can make the same jokes, okay? Conservatives say they're against climate change, yet they recycle the exact same arguments over and over and over again.
By pro-Hamas protesters, which is fun. I will say I enjoyed this video. I enjoyed this video because who's more victimized? The bevies of gay people who are walking through Philadelphia not being victimized, or the bevies of pro-Hamas supporters who are literally out there standing on behalf of a terror group and are now holding up the gays.
Are they actually Hamas supporters, or are they people supporting Palestine? Because I think there would be a pretty big difference there, right? Pro-Palestine protester. Okay. So there you go.
The good news is that Pride Month has now infused all of our major institutions. Remember, it's Republicans who are threats to the institutions. Like children's TV, where it is imperative.
Wait, what? Republicans are threats to certain institutions? Yeah. Like the institutions upholding social safety nets. I don't understand how institutions being pro-gay is somehow like this institution being destroyed or threatened in some way.
Like children's TV, where it is imperative that our children's television promote homosexual activities, lifestyles, transgenderism, and gender fluidity. It is very, very important, which is what Sesame Street did over the week.
Also very adorable that he's like lumping all this in. I guarantee you the clip we're about to see is going to be the most mundane, non-offensive little thing you've ever witnessed in your life. And somehow Ben Shapiro is still going to find a way to freak the fuck out and enter a diabetic coma every single time. So, let's go back and see
that
here.
Our children's television.
Also, yes, I know he's being sarcastic, but yes, kids should be taught about gay people and trans people. I don't want the next generation of humans to be anything like you, Ben Shapiro. A fucking subhuman degenerate lowlife who does nothing but spread bigotry. I don't fucking want that. Yeah, let the kids be more accepting so we get less dumb fucks like you. Less chuckle fucks in this world. That sounds like a win-win to me, pal.
homosexual activities, lifestyles, transgenderism, and gender fluidity. It is very, very important, which is what Sesame Street did over the weekend. Sesame Street tweeted out the rainbow flag.
Are you kidding me? It's not even a clip from the show. It's a tweet. Here we go again, everybody. Is Twitter for kids? No. So if Sesame Street tweets that they are pro-gay, does that mean that they're trying to make the kids turn gay? No. Because kids aren't looking at Twitter usually. Twitter is 13 and up for a reason. Little kids that are still watching fucking Sesame Street are not using Twitter. So you bringing up the fact that they made some tweet, it's bullshit. It's a tweet.
But using like the furry tails of its various Sesame Street characters.
Oh, that's cute.
Happy Pride Month from Sesame Street. Today and every day, we celebrate and uplift the LGBTQIA plus minus divided by sign members of our community. Together, let's build a world where every person and family feels loved and welcome for who they are.
Shapiro unironically just said, colors? Soft, fuzzy fluff? Accepting people? What is this, a demon? Like he literally just said that pretty much. I'm paraphrasing, but pretty much. Sesame tweet. Yeah. Sesame tweet. Come on now. A fuzzy rainbow is enough to trigger Ben Shapiro. I would hate to see what would happen to Ben Shapiro if he ever walked through like a pet store.
Together, let's build a world where every person and family feels loved and welcome for who they are. Worth noting here that Sesame Street is a television show directed at 2-year-olds. Don't worry, folks. They're not coming for your kids. They're just totally coming for your kids.
Yeah, Sesame Street's for 2-year-olds. Twitter isn't. You fucking idiot.
Radical left. Meanwhile, Miss Rachel, who's, I am told, a very popular YouTube personality.
Yep, I'm kind of glad he brought this up because we were going to be talking about this today. Anyway, Miss Rachel is actually somebody I am familiar with because I have kids, and they have watched some of Miss Rachel before. Miss Rachel is a former preschool teacher who is now a very popular YouTuber who makes kids content, like content for very, very small children. But a lot of kids like her content, including my kids. Recently, Miss Rachel, however, committed one of the 7 deadly sins, and that was mentioning that she is accepting of all people. Kids content creator Miss Rachel is speaking out after she received some criticism for her post celebrating Pride Month. Here's the video.
To all of our wonderful families and friends. This month and every month I celebrate you. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you're exactly who you are. To those who are going to comment they can't watch the show anymore because of the support, no worries and much love your way. God bless. I am not chasing fame or views. I'm standing strong in love.
Hold on. Let me go find my pearls to grab them. That's the big trigger fest right there, everybody. Coming from the crowd for the last fucking 5 years that peddled, we're not the sensitive snowflakes. We put facts over feelings. We don't just cry and melt down and get triggered over everything. And now they're melting down and crying and getting triggered about literally everything. So yeah, Miss Rachel said like, hey, it's okay to be gay. And that's enough for conservatives to freak the fuck out. They're so stupid. And look, what's even funnier is she then addressed the controversy and said, quote, I've shared prayers on here before and said, God bless. And that's because my faith is really important to me. And it's also one reason why I love every neighbor. She went on to sum up Matthew 22 in the Bible. So she's literally taking like a Christian perspective, just being accepting. And that's all. And conservatives, including Ben Shapiro, are literally throwing a fucking hissy fit.
For the childers. She was also, who's, I am told, a very popular YouTube personality for the childers. She was
childers? Did he just say childers? I know you're used to just making things up and claiming they're facts and whatnot, but you can't just make up words.
I am told, a very popular YouTube personality for the childers. She was also celebrating Pride Month, Miss Rachel. So, yeah, perhaps you should not leave her alone with your littles because, again, perhaps you wish to teach your kids actual traditional mores.
Yeah, if you wouldn't leave your kid alone with a former preschool teacher because you want your kids to be taught traditional values, there's a word for that, buddy. And guess what it is? Indoctrination. That's right. Because indoctrination, by definition, is getting somebody to accept something uncritically. When you shield your children from any exposure to any alternative viewpoint, you are indoctrinating them to be traditionally moral or some stupid, dumb bullshit. That's what you're doing. You're not fucking helping. You're not making anything better. You're brainwashing your kids, you're treating your kids like a cult, and you're revealing yourself as an insecure man baby who cannot even fathom having your ideals challenged by other members of your family.
Pride to all of our wonderful...
Okay, and then he's gonna play the video again. Let's see. How is Ben Shapiro gonna bitch fit about this one?
God bless.
reviews. I'm standing strong in love.
You are a little. No, you actually are chasing fame and views, which is why you are a famous viewed person on the YouTubes.
Are you chasing views and fame, Ben? Or did you get fame and views off doing what you believe in?
So, on the social side, you have a Biden administration that is helping promote social fragmentation. On the economic side, you have people not being able to eat in restaurants because the costs have doubled over the course of the last 3.5 years.
Really? That's odd, because last I checked, inflation's actually really going down. In fact, wages just passed inflation. It seems as though, although Americans aren't doing as well with savings, Americans are actually spending more at, you guessed it, restaurants. In fact, 2024 is projected to be the US restaurant industry's biggest year ever in sales. Americans aren't doing as well with savings. They're doing pretty good, however, with spending power. We're particularly seeing a boom in the spending when we're talking about restaurants. So for him to be like, people can't even go to restaurants to eat anymore because now, like, just shut the fuck up, Ben, okay? Look around you. This just isn't true.